Hi, everyone. Welcome to 2023, end of the year. This is the final workshop of the year, wrapping up with a vision quest, where we're going to reflect in 2023 and set the tone for 2024. My name is Sofia Kakava, and in the next 1 hour and a half, I'm going to guide you through probably my favorite workshop of the year. I have developed this workbook that allows you to reflect and manifest. We're going to strategize, set some goals, set the tone for the year ahead. This is the time for you. I want you to really take the time to listen to yourself. We're also going to have time to share and reflect. I'm going to go through the booklet at a pace that allows you to reflect, take some time to write things down, but I will move forward quite quickly because I want you not to overthink the process. I want you to really let your soul speak and things to come out naturally, because sometimes we tend to overthink and we want to have a certain experience for the sake of experience in our year, but this is not our true self. These are imposed limitations, thoughts, and expectations that society and others set. So I want you to really listen in, feel through the process, and really design a year that is going to be your best year to today. Because as I always say, every year is better. The reason this workshop is one of my favorites is because I used to do it as a coachee, and I still do it with my coach. Today, I sat down on the beach in Zanzibar, in Tanzania, where I'm currently live, and I just did the workshop for myself. I promise you, this is magic. This is the magic that you create and the process of coaching creates. And this is the power of wish, mindfulness, and intention. The first time I did this workshop, I was in a very crowded, very loud cafe in Serbia, in Belgrade. I remember I was so dedicated and committed. I was on my phone. I had no laptop with me, with my headphones, and I was taking notes on my phone. And my life changed. I got, for that year, the dream job that I was imagining, being a leader in a software company in the domain of HR. I hit a financial number that it was exactly the number I wrote in this manifestation process, exactly the number, not a euro more, not a euro less. And my year started, it was just like incredible. So I took it back, I reflected, and I host that twice a year, end of the year, the full year experience, and halfway through the year, I create like the mid-year review, where you tend to realign, because it's really, really important to also take some time to course correct. What you're going to write down in these next 1 hour and a half, it doesn't have to be what you want to have for yourself by the end of the year. Maybe in 1 or 2 months, you will want something different, and that's okay. That's why you are able to create your reality at any time of your year. This is not a process that you only need to do once, but it's really, really powerful to do it, with the end of one cycle and the beginning of the next. I am going to share my screen. You all have your booklets as well. You can write things in the PDF itself, or you can use your journal if you have one, or you can do it on a piece of paper, depending whatever works best for you. At any point, please share any questions in the chat. I'll keep an eye, and then we will move forward through the process. Do I have any questions or comments before we begin? If you're ready to start, give me a ready in the chat. I am ready. And I am going to share my screen now. Yes. Let's do this. Can everyone see my screen? Perfect. So a vision quest. Having a vision is important because the word by itself, vision, what does it mean? I see through things and I see far. We don't only want to see what's in front of us, we want to do that as well, but we also want to see what's ahead. And also the vision relates to who you really are and what you're supposed to be doing on this planet Earth. Being a coaching psychologist, I have been working for the past 8 years, coaching individuals and professionals from all over the world. And I promise you, creating a vision is probably one of the most important elements that you need to have. So in this vision quest, as I mentioned, we are going to explore what has happened. We're going to review and reflect, and we are going to set the tone for our 2024. So I would like you now to rate from a scale from 1 to 10 the below areas of your life. You may be familiar with the wheel of life. You should rate these areas. Sorry, I hear some background noise. Please, let's make sure that everyone is on mute. So go ahead and without overthinking, I want you to say from 1 to 10, how is your personal life, your work, family and friends, health, spirituality, love, relationships, and finances. Feel free to share in the chat. That's a great question. I love sharing in the chat because you can also see how the tone is. In certain occasions, I will ask you to share in the chat. For certain items, you don't have to. So we're doing a quick check. It's like a pulse. How is your personal work, etc. Once you complete, please give me a sign. Maybe write in the chat, done. And once we have completed that, I want you now to do another second round, and I want you to circle or mark, where do you want to be? Ask yourself, where do I want to be? Maybe in your health life, you are currently in a 6 and you want to be a 9. Or maybe you want to take small steps towards improving your finances. So from a 6, you can go to a 7. So realistically, where do you want to be? The reason I love this exercise, and I begin with that, is sometimes self-development cannot be very tangible. We cannot really measure. So having a scale, having a system in your daily life that allows you to say, oh, actually, my love relationships have been a 4, but now I've managed to get a better dating life and I'm a 6, you're able to do that. The reason I'm asking you to realistically state where you want to be. And I'm not telling you to just circle 10, because now we are not in a stage of manifestation. We are taking a reality check. And that's why it's really, really important when you are creating your plan or you're setting the tone of the year to be very clear. When am I manifesting? When am I dreaming big? When am I stretching myself? And when am I honest? Because these two are different things. Sometimes my clients, they come to me and they really struggle because they're like, okay, yes, I wanted to manifest this, but it didn't happen exactly. Why was that? And I help them create the step-by-step process and set the goals to get there. Otherwise, you just have dreams. Your dream to be reality needs a plan. And then you have others that they get 100% of what they wrote and scripted. Why? Because they took the steps and they completed the goals that help them to get there. So now I would like you to find the smallest number, your smallest score, and your highest, and circle those two. And I would like you to, Tommy, I don't know how you managed to circle on my screen. I would like you to calculate the gap. The category that you have your highest number is usually a category that is so important in your life that sets the tone for so many other things. You can share in the chat, what was your smallest and what was your highest score? I was doing that same exercise today, and my smallest was an 7 in love and relationships, and my 10 was spirituality, which indeed this category, when I feel aligned and I follow my practices and I'm connected with my vision, my purpose, and myself, everything tends to follow smoothly. So your highest number is the indication of an area that is really, really important to you. And when that area is really struggling throughout your year, for example, in my case, if I don't do my spiritual practices, my meditation, my journaling consistently, I enter a state of maybe anxiety, I fall off track, and that's why you need to be aligned in that area. Also, your measurement is personal. You may tell me, really, you scored your love and relationship 7 and you haven't dated in 5 years? Why? It's because I'm in a state that I actually feel pretty great with myself, but I would like to open up to the power of love. So this made my number a 7 and not a 4 or a 9 that someone else could have rated. This is personal. So now I would like you to set a small goal to improve your smallest number. What can you do? And the area that has the highest number is considered a priority by you. So I want to make sure that you focus on that area throughout your year and you find ways to either keep it very high or to improve it. So you can set a goal of maintenance or expansion for that area as well. The personal category, that's a great question. You can add anything that has to do with your personal leisure time. It can be the time that you spend with yourself. Do you have enough time? That would be a question that I would ask myself for that category. Do I spend enough time with myself? Do I have enough free time? Do I have enough fun? Do I do enough things for me? If you're running around, for example, all the time for others, maybe that area is not very high. Or if you didn't really do anything for you in the past year. Thanks for asking. Please keep your questions in the chat camp. So let's reflect on our 2023. What were your most important aspects in your life? Also, something really important about this vision quest, take the question as it comes. Sometimes we tend to respond to the same question in a very different way. So see what comes to you. So where are you now in what matters in your life? I will also be sharing some examples with you, but I don't want to affect the way, oh, another example. Can I give an example? Yes. So a very important aspect of my life is freedom. So when I'm answering this question, where am I in the most important aspects of my life? I started by saying that I am exactly where I want to be. I'm in Zanzibar. I'm doing this vision quest from the beach. I'm closing off a year that has been amazing. I launched a retreat business, did 4 amazing retreats. How did partnerships went? Partnership is very important to my life. Some partnerships went really, really good. Some partnerships went really, really bad. What did I learn? So taking some items that they're important. Maybe health is important. And once you identify what is important and where are you in this moment, I want you to list what do you miss in order to make yourself feel fulfilled for this year. Is there something that you wish have happened but didn't? Or something that you wish that you had but you don't yet? Are there any fears, anxieties, or limiting beliefs that you would like to release? The way you can also respond that is in present tense. I choose to release the fear of. I choose to release the limiting belief X, Y, and Z. And once you have mapped the fears, anxieties, and limiting beliefs that you have in the moment and you wish not to carry with you, I want you to list some positive emotions, qualities, and experiences you wish to welcome. And once you have the emotions mapped, I want you to envision yourself in a future state. And I want you to ask yourself, who am I in that future state? And note down, express your thoughts and feelings on how do you envision being a better you, a more empowered you in the key areas of your life, the areas that matter, your life, your love life, your family life, your health, your work. If this pace is okay for you, you can write okay in the chat. If I'm going too fast, you can write fast. If it's slow, slow. So I summarize our first page, which was a little bit fast. We did a reflection. We reflected on the key areas of our life, personal life, work, family, and friends. We took a reality check. And then we asked ourselves, where do I want to be by the end of next year, realistically? And then we created awareness. What are the most important areas of our life? Is there something that I miss in order to feel fulfilled this year? What are my fears, anxieties, or limiting beliefs? And the positive emotions that I want to embrace. Once we have that, we can map our future state. Don't worry if there is a small gap somewhere or somewhere you feel that is going a little bit fast. This is the process because we have a lot to cover. I consciously move it a little bit faster. And I'm moving to 5 things that surprised you in 2023. Surprise, good or bad? What surprised you? Can be both. I indeed, personally, I wrote both. I think I had I don't remember exactly, but I had maybe predominantly good, but I had some, surprises that were a bit more of a disappointment. Also, the number 5 there is an indication. Maybe you come up with one big surprise, maybe you come up with 6. So also approach it that way as an indication. And I want you to write down 5 things that you are most proud of. And then you can share your favorite one in the chat. If you want a bonus for this question, you can also do that after this call. I want you to create a list of 100 things that you're proud of from yourself for your year. See how far you can go. Because with the 5 things, you can think maybe some things that are like bigger. Oh, I did this massive training in Malaysia, 500 people, so I'm proud of myself. Though if I allow myself to write 100 things, then I can recall that moment that I really maintained and managed my emotions and expressed myself in the right way to set boundaries in a smaller conversation that cannot compare with that big moment. That's why, if you would like, you can write more things later on. I'm going to pause here in the moment of pride. Is there someone, raise your hand, and we will spotlight you and unmute, that would like to share what they're proud of this year? Any volunteers? Yes, you can, if you raise your hand in reactions like this, then I think you come in the front so we can unmute you. Oh, I see Ruby. Sarah, you can begin. I cannot find you. Maybe Ari can spotlight you and unmute.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Yeah, hi. Someone unmuted me.
Yes,
Or
Ariadne,
confirmed.
can you also add her on spotlight, please?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, shall I start?
Yes, please.
Do I just say one thing?
Yes.
Okay, getting the job that I manifested.
And why was this a moment of pride?
Because it's exactly what I thought of that I wanted, and when I got it, I also noticed that actually I'm way ahead of where I thought I would be at my age in my career. So I felt proud.
And why is this important to be more ahead of your age in your career?
Just growth, personal growth.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you. Can we give a round of
Thank you.
applause to Sarah, first of all, for being brave and the first one to share. You should be proud about what you do, and you should also share that. Own what you do amazingly. This is your moment. Fantastic. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Ruby.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Hi, everyone. I'm really proud that I surprised my parents with a trip, and they've never gone on a vacation except for going to India, which is the motherland, so it doesn't really count. But it feels really, really good because, they've taken care of me for a very long time, and now I'm giving them an all expenses paid trip, which my sisters are helping with too, but still, it feels wonderful.
Who here agrees that taking care of the people that took care of us, it feels amazing, right? Who would like to create a year in 2024 that they have way more time, way more money, and way more opportunities to give back to the people that gave back to them. Amazing. Ruby, you're a queen. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
Micho.
Hello, everyone. So this year, one of the things I'm more proud of was that I spent 5 months of the year outside of Mexico. I've been working remote since 2014, but I always stayed in Mexico. Like all my team was always remote, and I decided to be a digital nomad, and I spent 5 months outside of Mexico. So I'm very proud of that.
Wow. And where did you go?
I went on a Euro trip for 3 months. I mean, I went to like 7 countries. Then I spent 2 months in New York, and the rest in Puerto Escondido.
And where was your favorite, what was your favorite moment from that travel?
Oof, it's hard to pick. I was very surprised by Copenhagen. Like it blew my mind. I had a great time. You know, I was there like during a festival, so it was really good. And I also went to this tiny place in the mountains of Switzerland by chance, and I spent like a week there, and it was amazing.
Wow, thank you. I wish you way more travels in
Thank
2024.
you.
Yeah. Best feeling in the world. Stefan, what are you most proud of?
Hi, Sophia. Sophia, where are you now? Did you
Uh,
you told us in the
I
beginning?
I am in Zanzibar, in
Oh,
Tanzania.
wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I spent quite a
Great.
few months of my year here, and of course, like we have the retreat in June, next June as well. But
Okay.
yeah, I also come for me because I love it.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like well, there are two things actually I'm most proud of in 2023.
Fantastic.
Yeah, like one thing is that that I never made like sports really before, but then I become like like athletic, like athlete.
Nice. That's
Yeah, like
fantastic.
doing like a lot of sports with
So
yeah.
you never engaged into sports before, but this was the year that you said, I'm going to exercise.
Yes, it happened kind of actually,
Mhm.
like with a companion on work, and we just had like a half an hour of work, and it was a really big suffering, but then it was also like in the end it was really like yeah, um, it was also like a feeling of emotional feeling, like to be more to um to feel better like in the body also, and
100%.
to be
100%.
able also like to move like a lot like as a child together with the children.
Fantastic. Fantastic. From what I hear is like, sounds like it's never too late to pick up a new habit. And
Exactly.
this is exactly the power of goal setting. It doesn't matter if you started doing sports when you were 4, that would be amazing. But if you can start when you're 15, when you're 20, when you're 40, when you're 60, when you're 90. Nobody
Right.
tells you when you can start something new. Whether it's a new job, a new habit, you can just, and you need consistency in the right environment, because you mentioned you had a person that motivated you, you were doing together during work, started small, 30 minutes. If someone would put you to run a marathon, you wouldn't have done the first time, right? Probably
Actually,
you
we
will
were
say,
running 26 kilometers, like half marathon. Yeah.
amazing, amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And your second?
Well, the second thing was like that I never was able like to save money. And then also like this year I started to save money. And it was like with a purpose, like to visit like a family I lived with in Turkey, and to go with my children to make like a big
Beautiful.
road trip by car with a
Very
family.
nice, very
Yeah.
nice. It's really, really important also to want to grow your resources and have a purpose. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
let's go back to our learnings. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. What were your 5 biggest learnings? What did 2023 teach you? And which 5 people supported you the most? It's really, really important to take an inventory of who was by our side this year, because this helps you to understand a lot about the way that you build connections and relationships. And really, sometimes we tend to overinvest in certain relationships, but when we realistically look, we haven't received. So which people supported you the most? And you can make that list also extended. And what really struck me today when I was doing my exercise is that I have a coaching business. I'm a coaching psychologist, and I work. This is my job. My job is to be there and support. Right? Of course, it doesn't feel like job, is way more than that. But when I was doing my list with the people that supported me the most, what struck me is that sometimes people that I could see and names that I would see in that list, there were names of my clients or the names of my team. Because sometimes we tend to think that, of course, my coach can be in that list, or someone that has supported me as a friend. I had a lot of friends in there. But I also had people that maybe you think it's my job to support them, but I received so much support as well. So it's really beautiful to realize who is my fan and who is actually really honestly, truly by my side without that expectation, or thinking that, oh, of course, someone in your team will support you because this is their job to do so. No, real support comes from the heart, not from obligation. So who truly supported you this year? And what were your 5 most beneficial habits? 5 things that you started doing or you do that served you. For me, my morning routine, my morning journaling and meditation, like I would never change them. It's like I have been doing it for a while, but it makes such a difference in my day. So I have that item on this list. Non-negotiable morning routine, says Kim, who has almost missed no time in the past 3 years. I agree. And it's really important to create your non-negotiables in your year. Why is that? We tend to ask for so many things, but do we show really the discipline to have what we ask for? When you start your day by committing to your meditation, your journaling, and your workout, first of all, you indicate and you showcase that I matter and that I also show up, and no matter what happens in my day, I'm going to stick to my practice. Majority of New Year's resolutions fail because there is no consistency and no accountability. Majority of people is like, yes, you start very strong, you have the fire skyrocketing, and they're like collapsing. That's why I'm really, really happy and grateful that now it's almost marks 2 years of our Thursday calls. Of course, today is special, but there are people in this call that they are showing up every week Thursday to do a mindset workout. Same thing, when you wake up and you know that every day I'm going to practice gratitude, meditate, review what I have to do, take care of my body, things are only going to be improving. And then you build that habit. You don't do it once off and then never again. And now I would like you to reflect, was there something in 2023, something that happened that was a significant change or significant absence for you? Again, this question you can approach personally. It can be someone, a person missing, or a big change that has happened. And it can be both positive or negative. Or both. Sometimes absence of someone or something can be both good and bad. Is it easy for you to come up with an absence or a big change? If it's easy, yeah, right, yes. Or if it's not, yes. Fantastic. Love it. For me, it was not easy to come to answer that question. Hence, I'm asking. Oh, I see Melton says not easy. Yeah. Again, it can be different for everyone. And we're switching again. Key supporters. You can ask me what is different from the 5 people who supported me the most with key supporters. What is the difference? Key supporters, you can also approach it in a way that it can be strategic. It can be also for your business if you have one. But again, see if the same names come up or someone else. Maybe one name comes up, maybe 10. And of course, there is a reason we are asking you to reflect again after the absence or change question. And let's talk money. This is a very interesting part of the vision quest. I'm asking you to reflect on how much money, and if you don't have an answer now, you can take this to do it later or spend some time on it. How much money is in your bank right now? How much you had in the beginning of 2023, and how much money is in your bag right now? Why am I asking that? Very often, we tend not to take inventory of our assets. When I was doing that, minus 500, John, I love you. When you do this exercise, I'm asking you to take into consideration all your assets, cryptocurrency, if you own any apartment, any land, if you own anything, and any other assets that you may have. Write everything down. When I started doing this exercise, there were very little things that I could write in there. And now I was writing about my apartment, about some land, about cryptocurrency, all those things, because it will put you into a mindset of investing as well. Money is a great tool for your operations, but you also, don't you want to grow and do better this year? Don't you want to have, like Ruby said, I'm going to give my parents a trip. You can have enough and then donate. We are also giving, of course, earnings from this call to donate in orphanages in Zanzibar. You have the opportunity to do something and give back, grow your assets. So I want you take 2-3 minutes now, and I want you to even open every single bank account and app that you have and say, oh, on PayPal, I have €7. Perfect. Note it down. Start being aware about your finances. And if the numbers don't look good, this is a sign. If the numbers look very good, it's also a sign. Minus 600, yes. How much money do you want to have in your bank account by the end of 22? SJ, you can pass by, it's okay. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yeah, so don't you want to have more than minus 600? Yes. What are you going to do in regards to that in the upcoming year? So money balance, and also take some time to go through your accounts and see, how did I start my year? Maybe I now have minus 600, but I opened a new store this year. Or maybe beginning of 2023, I had more money in my bank, but now I furnished my new apartment, or I bought a piece of land, or I invested in training. I invested in myself, I invested in a coaching program. So the number can help you understand what have you done with the money that came your way this year. And if the number doesn't make you happy, you can do something about it. I told you how the number I manifested in 2019 with this vision quest was the exact number that I got in a new role 2 months later. And we're moving ahead on habits. I want you to note down, how do you usually spend your day? Some key actions. For example, I wake up and I do my morning routine and journaling. I clean the house. This takes a lot of my energy. I don't like it. Maybe this year I'm going to hire some support, or I spend too much time in cooking. I'm going to outsource. So what takes up most of your energy? And instead of doing what drains you, how do you want to ideally be spending your time and energy? For me, a big realization, because I was living for 6 years in the Netherlands, still is one of my base, but I don't spend that much time anymore there. It was the fact when I was doing this reflection, I don't spend that much time outside because it's freezing. And what do I want? How do I want to spend my time? I want to be by the beach. I want to go beach walks in between my meetings. And what did I do? I'm here now. I'm in Zanzibar, spending 4 months of my year here. Awareness and amendment, your two best friends. Given your responses above, what do you need to change and in order to start living your life in 2024 in a way that gives you back more time and more energy? What do you need to do? Maybe for your business, hire a VA if admin drowns you, or have support at home for the chores there. So you can really take time to invest it in what you like. Or maybe going to bed earlier and not partying that much. I give you 1 minute to wrap this up. And then we are going to do a quick meditation, change our state, and begin with our manifestation for 2024. And I would like you to pause where you are, stop writing. You can continue everything later. And I would like you to sit comfortably where you are and close your eyes. I would like you to take a deep breath through your nose, feeling your belly expanding. And release through your mouth. I want you to open up to a state of tranquility and peace. Feel calmness, balance, and stillness around you. I want you to visualize yourself in a serene, quiet room, symbolizing the year that has passed. I want you to imagine yourself standing up, and with each step towards the door, releasing the past year's experiences, recognizing them and appreciating them for what they were. As you step out of this room, you feel a sense of liberation and anticipation. Now you are ready to walk into an expansive space filled with possibilities. Each step that you take represents your journey into the new year. I want you to notice how open and bright the space is around you, which symbolizes all the potential of the days of the new year. In your hand, you hold a book that has your life story in it. You have completed another chapter. The chapter that had the name 2023. Now you are ready for a new chapter, which is your canvas for new aspirations, dreams, and actions. I want you to take a moment to imagine and feel the title that encapsulates your hopes and visions for the new year. What is the name of your new chapter? Take a deep breath through your nose and release through your mouth. Allow yourself to smile and feel the power of that new chapter. Your future is unwritten, and you have all the power to create any story, any moment in that new chapter of yours. Take 3 more cleansing breaths, breathing deep through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And return to our Vision Quest space when you're ready. What is the title of your 2024? Feel free to share in the chat. Receive, I'm so fucking ready for you. Love, the arrival, freedom and peace, turning dreams into reality. I love that. I love that. I want you to also own it. I always encourage people to create content, not for me, for your brands, for yourselves, but also for awareness. It's really amazing to open up social media and seeing people having the motivation to call their year adventure, telling, hey, my new chapter is called Divine Healer. My new chapter is called Free to Travel. This year is my year of compassion. Spread that energy, spread that vibe. Also, if you have a business, it's amazing for people to see the real you as well. Someone chooses to buy or not to buy from you when they also meet the real you. So share your journey of really taking, it's Thursday, 28th of December, and you're, for some is late, for some is early, and you're in this call, so you're taking conscious time. This is really, really important. This is how change is created. This is how energy rises, and this is how we manifest everything. I see beautiful titles there. Roots, be like a tree. So now we have closed the chapter and we're going to start our new one. Grab your pens and let's go. What is one habit that you commit in letting go of in 2024? you are accountable for what you write here. You're going to check next year and you're going to know whether it happened or not. You are the only person that can actually make this happen or not happen. And I'm not asking you to write down 20. I'm asking you to write down 1. What is one thought that you want to let go of? And what is something that you want to stop wanting or wishing for? And what do you want to stop spending on? And this can be money or time. It's really, really important to take conscious time to reflect on eliminating behaviors. Actually, now with the full moon energy is an amazing time to release, because sometimes we only focus on growth, what we want to do more, invest on more, spend more, but we don't take the time to actually write down what we need to stop spending on, to waste our energy, money, time, all our resources. Because sometimes making a habit go away, having that phase of decreasing our energy, time, and investment into that is what is going to allow us to expand in other areas. Is there something that you consume that you want to stop or decrease? This is an incredible opportunity to take inventory of your eating habits, drinking habits. Do you drink alcohol often? Having a drink is not bad, but if you're drinking 2 glasses of wine every day, it becomes a habit. And you think, of course, I'm not dependent to alcohol, but then there you are every day drinking 2 glasses of wine. It's the compound effect. If you start eating 2 apples per day, the compound effect of that is gonna be huge, because then you will stop eating other things. So be honest, reflect in your day. Is there something that you want or should stop consuming? And with consuming, for the ones, maybe some of you have heard me say that before in regards to detox or nutrition, what we consume is not just the food or the drinks, is also energy, is information, is situations, people. Is there someone that you want to stop seeing? I had so many on my list. This year, I think I wrote most, so many people on this list. Because sometimes you don't have to wait for something to happen to stop seeing someone. This is what we tend to do. And then universe most times will make the events come in a way that is showing you that this person is not for you and you have waited too long, whether it's a friend, partner, business partner, while you know that you have people you spend time with that they're not for you. And okay, if it's circumstantial, but if you're investing huge amounts of energy and time, then it's not going to be for your benefit. So who is someone that you want to stop seeing? And which behaviors do you have that do not serve you anymore? What if it's a family member, sister, only see when necessary and not let them bother you or affect your positive mood? That is an excellent question. Sometimes, and now it's holiday season, we do not get the opportunity to really choose. Sometimes the people we should stop seeing are family. I had clients of mine have that they have to cut ties with their fathers or with their mothers or with their brothers and sisters. It is difficult. And indeed, when there is no choice involved, and also there is no need to create unnecessary tension, if your inner sense of boundaries and energy allows you, you show up to that event or occasion. Of course, you don't initiate to meet with them 5 times per year, but if it's once, then happens. And then I always do that when I'm in environments that I know that my energy can be affected. I safeguard my energy before. There are so many practices to do for your confidence with affirmations. If you're into energy, do energy cleansing and energy protection rituals. And then sometimes we know that certain words or conversations would be triggering. Just avoid them. It's not worth it. You're wasting your energy in certain situations. So you set the tone. And something that really, really helps in these situations is do not predefine that your experience is going to be bad or negative next to certain people. Because if I have in my mind that I'm going to this dinner and my ex is going to be there, just a random example, and I'm telling myself, oh my God, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be, I'm going to feel this way and I'm going to feel that way. Guess what is going to happen? Why don't tell yourself it's going to be an easy, calm night and everything is going to be fine. I hope that answers your question. Excellent question. I also see a comment here. I decided to stop seeing my blood family and couldn't be happier. Of course, it's your environment. We come into a family for certain reasons, but then we choose our family and we choose our environment. And it's unfortunate sometimes that cannot be with us. So now let's move from elimination to expansion. What is your circle of positive influence? What is your circle of positive influence? And if there is, you do not have a big circle of positive influence right now, that's an opportunity. Sometimes it takes time for the change. Sometimes that circle of influence doesn't mean to be positive. And I also, with all my heart, this community, the online mindset, the gym communities, I consider it myself is a circle of positive influence for me, even though I'm the one who leads the calls every Thursday. It's a circle of positive influence because for me, as Sophia, as the person Sophia, when things happen in my year as well, I have to let go of people. I go through traumatic experience. Still, it makes me such a better person to educate myself better, show up every week, no matter what, be a version of myself that is exactly the version that I want, because this is my dream, this is my passion, this is why I'm here for. This can be the circle of influence, and it can be both people and experiences. It can be experiences, certain people, groups, hobbies. It's beautiful. I see a comment, my work. It's beautiful to have a positive circle of influence at work. Not everyone can really say that you really get inspired and motivated or supported, or even a positive circle of influence can be a circle, an experience that allows you to be you with all the vulnerability and the low moments and the highs this comes with. Because let's be honest, our year in 2024, this vision quest is powerful, but it doesn't guarantee that you're not going to have bottoms. You're going to have a lot of these moments as well. What is going to change is your mindset behind them and how you're going to respond. That's the real difference. And I want you now to write down 5 must experience goals for 2024. Bucket list. And this for my high performance here and my workaholics and self-development freaks. I don't want you to put something in there that has to do with you becoming way better and growing and learning the skill, and like, don't push yourself. This is meant to be fun, a fun experience. Can be rewarding, but I don't want you to put in there to what you're going to learn or deliver more or do more. This is your fun. And I would love to see some examples in the chat, because I love getting inspiration in the bucket list. And to be honest, when I did that, like I think 2 years back, I had most of my bucket list items. I had Carnival in Rio, check. I went to Mexico, check. I had the retreat, check. I had surf classes there, check. So many things that I write in this bucket list, somehow I end up having. And sometimes I didn't even know how I'm going to have the time or the money to make it happen. I see a Vipassana, I see Tokyo or Australia. Deep experience with the sons, hiking trip. Love it. Yes, Kilimanjaro. I'm thinking I'll probably do in July, June, July there. Yeah. I'll let you know. I'm doing that as well. Spain for 4 weeks, Bhakti trip to India, hosting in-person mastermind, getting back on stage, singing lessons. I love it. And now I want you to write down your primary goals for immediate action. I want you to write down things that need to happen before the end of January. Things that they are a priority. For example, maybe you have to do some admin or closing for your business tax by the end of the year. Set certain communications. Focus on a specific training. Things that they have to happen now. And then I want you to identify the areas that you should, apologies, you should learn or grow the most. What is necessary for you? Which area of growth and learning? Something. Which financial milestone would you like to set for the end of year? And with the financial milestones, feel free to call out a number, some investments that you have done, maybe investments that you have received, funding for your business, funding for your projects. We hear amazing success stories during our calls about investments. In here, you can really write down anything that comes to your mind related to numbers. If it happens for you to be in debt, because this is a question that I hear a lot, what works, it's counterproductive, is focusing on the debt, right? Instead, we should be focusing on receiving amount that allows us to repay what we owe, but not put our focus on repay debt, repay debt, repay debt, because our mind, all it hears is debt, and that work by itself creates anxiety and stress, and then you are not setting the right vibration or energy for you to get what you should. And after numbers, I want you to focus on love and relationships. And relationships doesn't have, of course, they do not have to be romantic or sexual. It can be personal friendships, business relationships, anything for your relationships. So money, relationships, and health and wellness. And then I want you to set some benchmarks for your self-improvement. What are some milestones, some things that they're going to indicate that there is growth in that area? Continue with your professional growth milestones and your mental health goals. And I want you to continue with your biggest intention for 2024. Intentions attract the energy. You will be surprised how the things that you're writing here, they're going to attract certain circumstances that they will make sure that you will go through that experience, you will go through that learning. Yes, I can give an example. When we're talking about intentions, intentions are different than goals. Why? What is the difference? Usually the intention is associated more with the end result. My intention is financial freedom, and my goal to get there, the goal is the process. So that's the core difference between intention and goal. Intention is the energy, is the overall outcome that we would like to have. Now, how can we get towards our intention? Maybe my intention is to have a stress-free year, have a very relaxing 2024. My biggest intention can be to reconnect with my family. My biggest intention would be to find the love of my life. For me to find the love of my life, I need to do certain things. These are actions. These are milestones. These are goals. For example, to start going on dates, or gifts yourself a spa day. So goals are the smaller parts, and then your intention is what would you like to have. Do we have our biggest intention? Give me a done in the chat. Fantastic. And now we're moving to stretch goals. So a stretch goal, by definition, it's something that you're not going to achieve. In my course, also Hack Your Mindset, I explain exactly how stretch goals work. Stretch goals, they're powerful. Companies, they have achieved incredible, mind-blowing results because of stretch goals. A stretch goal, it's something that you will not get anywhere close, though because you set it, you're going to be way further than you would be if you wouldn't set that stretch goal. My stretch goal for the year before was to speak Spanish. And with all honesty, universe somehow made me get stuck in Barcelona also for 3 months because I got really, really sick. And I ended up in the hospital. I lost all my travel plans for the US, though I speak Spanish pretty well for someone that hasn't really done classes. And of course, my intention was that, my stretch goal, and I was putting some effort and practicing in the restaurant and in the taxi. And then towards the end of the year, it was incredible how I have achieved something that I lived for 6 years in the Netherlands, and my Dutch is not that good as my Spanish. So what is your stretch goal? Hola. Let's see how I'm going to do with the Swahili stretch goals now. How far am I going to go? Pole pole. And now I want you to find a quote or create one that sets the tone for your 2024. What is your quote for 2024? If nothing comes to your mind or you don't have anything, feel free to Google maybe the word of your chapter or the name and find something related. See what pops up in the internet. Dreamers who are doers create their own reality. Make your dreams reality. Live what you dream. Wow. Do we see that we have a lot of overlap in this chat? That's incredible. Use ChatGPT. Love it. 100%. Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop. Everything is possible. Love it. And now let's move forward with clearly stating what your vision, what you aspire to create or experience or live in 2024 is. And what does success mean to you in 2024? You can answer 2024 success to me is, it can be a word, it can be a few things. Let's now create some New Year rituals. It's really important that you remind yourself, you tell yourself what you're going to do right beginning of the year. So write down some meaningful practices and then write down what you're going to do as your morning ritual. You may already have that. If you already have a set morning ritual and you could add something to it, feel free. It can be also the same. Or if you're new to that, just add 1 or 2 small practices that you can take on. And proceed with the evening ritual as well. Personally, it took me a few years to master my morning ritual, and I had a very small evening ritual. This year, I'm taking my evening ritual to the next level, and I have a lot of practices in there. I cannot wait to share with you because also during our retreats in Costa Rica in February, we're having very strong morning rituals. This year, we're also going to be introducing very strong evening rituals as well. I cannot wait to share with you. How far are we? Give me a done if you're done. Give me a word time if you need more time. Superstars. Let's manifest 2024. Who are you? You know, that's my favorite question. Who are you? What do you do? What do you have? How do you feel? Answer those powerful questions. I'm giving time. I just ask the questions. Who are you? What do you do? What do you have? And how do you feel? Do I have any volunteers that they would like to share? Who are they in 2024? What is powerful is creating the vision and sharing in present state, because this gives you the power to feel through it. And in the beginning, your mind doesn't really believe it, or it may feel uncomfortable, but then you get a hang of it. Lenny, thank you for volunteering. Can we please spotlight and unmute Lenny?
Hello, okay. I hope you hear me well because I'm in a coffee shop and I cannot use my thing to remove the background noise. All right, so who am I in 2024? I'm a powerful house of knowledge that serves the world with her shining light. is abundant to unimaginable levels and is creating a lasting impact in the world.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. So now I want you to put your notes on the side, look at us in the eyes, say straight and tell us, who are you?
I am a powerful house of knowledge who is shining light to share and create impact in the world.
Wow. How did this feel, the second round compared to the first one?
So very good. Very
Boom.
connected.
Yes, I felt it way more because you don't have to look on your notes. You know who you are and you feel it. So now I want you to take a deep breath through your nose. Feel your power, feel who you are, and tell us, who are you?
I am a beautiful soul that is here to share her light.
Thank you. Beautiful. I felt it because you know who you are, and then sometimes we get a bit lost in what we want to be and how to say it. Let it flow, and every time it can be different, and that's okay. This is your story. You write it every time. And what are some of the experiences and surroundings and emotions that you experienced in 2024?
So I will experience ease, growth, like sustainable growth. Really feels like snow, like compounding, you know, like everything coming on together. And it also feels very aligned, like just flows like water. Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Give Lenny a round of applause.
Thank you.
And now I want everyone to take a moment and write as if it's true how you end your year. Take a moment, take a breath. I'll give 5 minutes for this. I want you to visualize and feel how you are, what you see, what you experience in December 2024, as if the year has passed. Who is with you? What are you celebrating? What is true? And write it as it's happening now. As now it's December 2024.
To go to a workshop, man. But are you gonna be here all day? Or
Can we
are you gonna be
please
here all day?
mute? If you're not
Yeah.
sharing, please mute.
Yeah. All right, man.
we can start wrapping up. Write your final thoughts on 2024. Feel free to take some time to write down a lot of details. So I'll give you this example. When I'm writing down how my year went, I make sure that I include details about locations, even about outfits. I tend to visualize and know what am I going to wear in certain occasion. And this is not done because I tend to change a lot of outfits. I usually tend to even wear the same things because I travel a lot, but it's a way for my brain to really believe the situation and feel comfortable. So I know in a hypothetical state of me sharing the stage with a big name in the coaching world, I know, like, my mind has already seen me wearing certain yellow dress, for example. So these small tricks, or calling out a specific experience, it's mind-blowing sometimes how it works out with you writing down specific things that they're happening. Do I have someone that would like to share whether they have done that manifestation in the past, or the way that they did it and it worked for them, or how they do it? I see a hand there, Melton. Let me, yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, the first time I really noticed that strongly was last year at the Soul Search retreat in February. We were writing down, we had our morning routine, and you gave it to a journaling format, which made it easy to kind of plug in. But it was the culture of the retreat. Every morning you wake up, go down to the breakfast area, and everybody had this yellow notebook writing down, what they thought. Sometimes we would share, sometimes we wouldn't. But one day I shared, somebody asked me how my day was, and I shared something about my day. And she said, "Oh, yeah, you said you were going to do that." And I started noticing how much it was, probably 2/3 of it manifesting without me doing anything that I knew of actively to do it. But I started noticing, like, oh, when I write it down, more of it was happening.
Incredible.
that's
Thank you for
amazing.
sharing. Thank you for sharing. And actually, I love how you mentioned Costa Rica, because this the perfect time for me to share. We're doing again Costa Rica in February. For everyone that may be interested, I will pass the details. We're there in February, and we're doing a rebirthing retreat with breath work, yoga, life coaching, temescal ceremonies. It's going to be incredible. And I cannot wait to be there again. One amazing surf beach, sunsets, powerful environment. When you're going into, even if the environment is virtual like this one, or in person, you create collective energy. And you see how powerful it is for things to happen when you're working with a clear intention. So I highly recommend join one of our retreats in 2024. We're going to be in Costa Rica in February. We currently also have a Boxing Day and New Year's promo, and you will see how life changes. Allow me to share this. It was maybe 3 years ago, I got fired from my job in the Netherlands, and I was like, didn't know what really to do. I knew actually, but I was really scared. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to start my own business? I just bought an apartment. I have a mortgage. How, like, the government is not paying me at all. And this was the moment I gifted myself a retreat that I went to meet Deepak Chopra. Only for the attendance of the retreat, without other expenses like food, I had paid $5,000. And in the moment I was like, how is this going to like work out? But I really wanted to learn those things. I wanted to be in that environment. I wanted to do that also in my business. And that's how sometimes you overcome the fear of doing things. You want to climb the Mount Kilimanjaro and it's far away and it's in Africa and you're overthinking how it's going to happen, or where you're going to find the money to go on a retreat in Costa Rica, or how is it going to work out with your new store. Fear is what blocks you, and you should always ignore it. And some people, they tend to think, oh, but how can you be doing all those things? Do I know if something is going to work out beforehand? No, I don't know if it's going to work out, but I'm doing it anyways. And some of the decisions, they don't work out, but for the vast majority, especially when it comes to investing in yourself, it all comes back multiplied. This year, and I'm grateful, I have never invested so much money in my own training. I invested more than $40,000 in my coaching and training, never before. This year, though, my sales have never been the same as this year. Why? Because my skills are going up. And that's the power of self-development and self-improvement. And say goodbye to limiting beliefs 2024, exactly. And because I went through also a process of making certain mistakes, I want to make sure that whatever I can teach someone in order to skip those, I'm going to do that. That's how I structure also my 2024. Writing things down, they're powerful because they set the tone, but then there's also action and accountability. Of course, we are going to have every Thursday, and for the ones who they're not part of our coaching community, we can share some details in the chat for you. I would love to have you in there. We do calls every Thursday. We're going to start with a certain schedule, and then motivation dies in because something happens. So you need to make sure that you are in a position when something bad happens in your year or something puts you out of your path, to lift yourself up faster and feel through that. Before I share some final things and also close off with a small meditation on powerful, what I consider my vote of the year. Do I have any people that they would like to share anything in regards to their manifestation, goal setting, or expectations for the year? Any comments or insights from the questions? Melton.
This is my this is my second year doing the Vision Quest, and one thing that I just noted for me to do different, I don't do a lot of reflection. I'm all gas, no brake. And so this year, I want to go back now and look at my Vision Quest from like last year, and I think I should review this year, like at least quarterly, not monthly, and use it as a base. I'm sure I'll change. I'm sure I'll grow throughout the year. It's good to go back and see the momentum that I intended at the start of the year.
It's what you say resonates so much, and I'll tell you why, because you will see what I'm going to share in a bit, which is exactly that. I was actually doing the reflection for me this year, and I realized how I do that since 2019 now. So I have every year the track of like my manifestations, and of course also the mid-year Vision Quest. We are going to do that also in June, halfway through. It's a little bit different format. It's powerful to keep track and also see how you change as a person, your goals and your needs. But accountability is powerful. And you didn't know about that, but probably you're in my mind, and I will share that. Allow me to take a moment to share something that I've put together for 2020, 2024, some of the programs that I will run, because yeah, I was really reflecting, and this was something that I discussed with my team even last minute because of our reflection. What were our biggest learnings also as a coaching business and being in the training industry, and also as people, and from the feedback we gathered from all our clients, what are the needs? it's really important to create a system that allows you to reflect throughout the whole year properly. And this is exactly what I'm going to share. Let me pull my slides. Present. How can I do this? Do with my favorite Zoom way portion of screen. So I have been doing a lot of work in the leadership scene, and because I'm really, really excited, I'm going to be in Dubai again in January, because it's like a small moment of pride. I received a leadership award for the well-being area for my work in HR. This put me into a mindset of reflecting. I'm a true believer that every person is a leader, and they have so much to give with themselves. And I said I'm going to do it for a while, but now it's the first time that I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to do an entrepreneurial leadership bootcamp, which is going to be for people that they're either thinking to start their own business, they want to excel in leadership positions, or they have started their own business. It's going to happen online, and it's going to be a series of online workshops weekend. I'm going to announce the dates starting from end of February 2024. And I'm going to teach you all the strategies to break the 6-figure and go to a 7-figure personal brand and business. Whether you are already in business and you're going to receive a lot of templates that they also help you position yourself better in the market. And within markets, I mean, whether you sell B2C, B2B, or you're part of a team, this is it. Because the soft skills game, I see how the market changes now with all the tools, and a part is technology and skill set, no matter what your niche is, to master that. But there is a human part, and great leaders that they know how to navigate, they're the ones that they're doing better. So I will be offering that. I'm going to share with you what the final package is in the end. This, I price it in $1,250, and it's a series of 2 weekends. And this is what Melton mentioned, which is funny, because it was like he was in my mind when I was designing this. I'm going to run a quarterly goal alignment series. Why goal alignment? I love goal setting. Actually, that was my academic research when I was doing my master's in executive coaching. But being also world champion in martial arts, one thing I've learned, if you master your goal setting game and your realignment, there's nothing that can stop you. Nothing that can stop you. So we're going to be having online check-ins quarterly, again in an online format. And we're starting in January 2024. This, the value is $800. And the last one, the part of what I'm going to offer to you today, it's a quantum healing session, one-to-one with me, usually priced in $375. I have a device that I've invested more than $5,000 to acquire that scans. It's has a quantum sensor, university technology. I love generally startups and scale-ups that have to do with healing, and scans your field and allows you to see the areas that you need realignment. And it's incredible, because I was, and maybe Zof is in this call, I reached Spain and last September, and I'm feeling so sick that I messaged my coach. I'm like, can you like run the machine a little bit to see what's happening? And the machine in the Netherlands was indicating where my body struggles. So the total value of the package is $2,425. I'm offering that for this call for this year, for whoever is interested, for the price of 550, you can pay half today and take all the above mentioned, the entrepreneurial bootcamp, all strategic goal setting sessions, and healing session one-to-one with me. This is a private one with 275 today. And this is the full payment, or you can do the first installment. And that's my little offer for you to wrap up the year. I'm really, really excited. 2024 is going to be massive. 2024, as I feel it in my energy, is a year of expansion. I am very, very grateful because 2023, I've seen my clients living relationships of many years, starting their own business, traveling the world, going outside their comfort zone, changing careers. And this is my moment of, that I know that, wow, I should keep pushing, I should keep showing up. And that's the reason when I was sitting on the beach yesterday and I was reflecting and putting things together, I was really wanting to take into consideration, where do I see the biggest need? And also take all my knowledge, because all of the mentors that I'm having this year, I'm taking a lot of knowledge from them, which I'm giving to you literally with 275 euros now. All the workshops, all the templates, everything that I get, because this is how the market works. Whether you want to thrive in a certain industry or generally in whatever you're building, there is a system. You have to study from the best and take that knowledge, translate it, and give it back. And I'm more than happy for the ones to choose to join me for these programs and sessions. The value you're going to get is going to be 1,000,000 times more. And with that, I would like to ask you, let me pull my, I will ask you to close your eyes for our final meditation. And for the final meditation, I'm going to read to you my quote of the year, something that I read. Just give me a moment, please, yes. This is a piece from Jim Rohn, a master in self-development. I got gifted that book from a friend in Dubai, and I could not resonate more. Do not imagine yourself to be less than you are, nor more than you are, but seek always to become all of which you are capable. Do not allow yourself to become arrogant or discourteous, for both are characteristics adopted by those who seek to cover their weaknesses. Do not spend time regretting the past, but invest the time wisely by preparing a better future. You are a fertile seed of the Creator of all things, destined not to lie dormant, but to spring forth from the soil called life and grown upward towards the unlimited horizons, overcoming all obstacles in the process. It is your destiny to tap your talents and achieve all that of which you believe yourself to be worthy, to love more, anticipate more, overcome more, plan more, attract more, and to enjoy more than you ever dreamed possible. Such is the standard of life awaiting your mental decision and outstretched hand. You are deserving, you are becoming, and you shall succeed. Take a deep breath. Allow your body to release whatever you're still holding. I would like to give some thanks before we adjourn today. First of all, I would like to thank my team. Thank Ariadne for always being there to support. Without her, these workshops and calls would have never been possible. I would like to really take a moment to appreciate everyone behind the scenes. My virtual assistant also joined this call to do the workshop for her. And I really want to give a big thanks for everyone that has been supporting me in 2023 to make all those things happen. Running an online business, traveling the world, doing retreats, that you cannot do that by yourself. So I'm really deeply grateful for all my team. I would also like to thank my coaching community and clients, people that they have been with me either recently or some of them 2 years, showing up and doing those workshops. I really, I'm grateful for you because you are the reason I show up every single time. And I would like to thank each one of you for showing up today. The world needs more energy that is powerful, more people that they care for themselves and the person next to them. So if I can be of any support in your 2024, you know where to find me. I'm always here to share everything that I know and give all my energy for you to grow bigger and better than you ever imagined. Thank you so much. For the